Welcome to Valentine TV. We listen to Tisa Tales talk about Jay Z documents. Sorry, here we go. Listen.
For an order pursuant to Rule 10A in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure requiring plaintiff to refile her complaint with her true name or, in the alternative, dismissing plaintiff's amended complaint. Now, do you think he's doing that because he wants to give her an opportunity to withdraw and he's going to quietly settle a la Cassie? We are going to have to see. But I know he got a nerve when you filed a complaint as a John Doe. So here's the extortion complaint. Oh, it's 236 pages. Okay. We all right, let's get into it. Let's get into that. I'm going to come a little closer so I can read from the Summer Jam screen. Let's do this. I really thought this was going to be a quick 27 pages, but you know what? Let's go on.
I thought she was going to read a page that just came in, a letter. It's just coming in like right now.
That campaign was cynical and calculated the forced payment of the exorbitant sum of money that Jay-Z would have to pay X millions of dollars, irrespective of the truth, or else. When Jay-Z refused to pay and instead took measures to establish his innocence, this unnamed plaintiff and her self-promoting counsel, whose name has been splashed across the headlines and press conferences under auspiciousness of representing her, went to extraordinary lengths to shut down fair defense. But these efforts too failed. Now, at last, the false, unfounded allegations that underline this campaign of extortion are having judicial light shined on them. Except this plaintiff is bringing them as a doc and will continue to hide. As a John Doe, who would continue to hide under the cover of darkness, because that tactic is inconsistent with the genuine effort to determine the truth or falsity of these allegations, as opposed to an effort to procure a quick extortion settlement. Jay-Z is respectfully seeking either dismissal of the allegations or disclosure of the plaintiff's identity. Again, how come you didn't come? You came under the cover of darkness. You didn't let anybody know when you first filed that extortion claim that it was you. According to Tony Busby, you lied and said it wasn't you. So now all of a sudden when you being sued, now all of a sudden you sojourn the true freedom fighter? Okay. So it's cool when you do it, but it's the problem when they do it. Okay, I got you. Sure.
Shoot, y'all. Oh, shoot.
It's not consistent with justice, fairness, or the rules governing federal proceedings for the plaintiff or her counsel to smear Jay-Z's good name in a way that are calculated to feed media coverage and to inflict maximum public relations damage while at the core fact of the plaintiff's identity. Again, you're talking about the motion they put forth and the public court documents that we can read. I do not think that the accused have the right to dictate what the accuser does. There are plenty of ways you can get that. You can sue them. You can file a criminal complaint. You can do all this stuff. You have not done any of that. But more importantly, and I do need to point this out, more importantly, you're writing your statement for us to read. So anyway, right?
Who are you talking to?
Stands. Okay. Oh,
why you say that to her about her, Logan? That's rude.
1 second. 30 pages.
Anywho, you thought that was me, didn't you?
No. Oh, no, they just put in another 30-page exhibit. Anywho, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to put in.
I'm not gonna go through listen to the whole thing because y'all have to go because she's live like right now. If y'all want to go over to her page, I thought she was about to read something else.
While the J. Doe status is reserved for truly extraordinary cases and predicated upon extraordinary justification,
said her looks like a darn rat's nest. That's not nice, Logan. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button for that.
Opposite direction, as other judges of this court have ruled in cases involving the same circumstances. Jay-Z has built an impeccable reputation. Now, hear me out. Jay-Z has built an empire, and it is something that him and Beyonce and everybody can 100% be proud of. accused, and I don't know if he was convicted of stabbing Lance
Logan, I love you.
You made songs of hustling and Marcy projects. You literally made mixtapes about sleeping with the mother of your ops child and leaving a UCON on the car seat. You have said so many grimy, dirty things on wax. I understand you have an imperceptible, impeccable reputation now, but do you really think that people forgot about your past? You won't need one generation for that to happen. Again, I'm not saying that after a certain point, he didn't, kneecap the Black Lives Matter movement with Colin Kirkpatrick. You didn't, but he's also done a lot of good, like he's doing in Kansas, representing those victims for a sheriff that is accused of raping someone. So he's done a lot of good. I can't lie. He has done a lot of good, right? But for you to say impeccable, okay, sure. Why? Listen.
Of course,
Jay-Z has an
Logan.
impeccable reputation. Beyonce does, not Jay-Z. He has never been accused of, let alone engaged in any sexual misconduct. The court would like to call the legal department of Rock Nation for this to actually be true. Have there been any settlements with Jay-Z or anyone? I'm not saying there are, but I'm just saying that just like you're saying Busby can get up there and say anything, so can Jay-Z. And to be fair, and I have to be fair, Jay-Z has not vehemently denied the allegations. He has said Busby is a piece of trash, at least the way I read it. However, he could very well be innocent. If he is, I will give him a full apology on air. I will do a whole live stream.
MIA need to speak up and say something.
Which I do anyway, so, right? But my whole point of the matter is...
Where are you, girl?
Okay, let's move on. Until today, when plaintiff is in filed by attorney Anthony Busby, the accusations, he has leveled baseless allegations and accused Mr. Carter of despicable acts while hiding behind the pseudonym.
What else did I write? Let's see.
Jane Doe. Ooh, this is good. These claims are not about justice for victims. They're not. They're not.
Hey, go Titan Gang.
Where are we at in 2024?
Please hit the subscribe button.
The person being accused of these horrible things can actually tell us who is the victim and what they're bringing the claim up.
Welcome to Valentine TV.
About justice for victims, nor are they giving victims of sexual violence a voice. They're not, because the same way Cassie filed her lawsuit, and you can make these same arguments, it brought out a bunch of people seeking justice. So it is giving sexual people a voice. Instead, they are merely the next chapter in Attorney Busby's sprawling extortion saga, a saga whose aim is based and measured in dollars. Busby has devoted himself to the business of extracting large settlements from celebrities, high net worth individuals, and businesses with any public ties to Sean Combs.
That's not extortion.
Thank you so much, Alex Sparrow, for confirming that he has extorted large settlements from celebrities, high net worth individuals, and businesses with any public ties to Sean Combs. Okay. References to justice or sunlight serve only as window dressing. Make no mistake, this case is about retaliating against the rare target who would not play. Again, now Jay-Z is Harriet Tubman, so you're telling us that everybody else that Busby had paid, but you said, no, I'm not paying. And these victims, because notice in his little weird non-denial, pseudo-denial, he used victims in plural, implying that there were other people besides this Jane Doe, and he would not be kowtowed.
And the word
I mean on Jay-Z's side, okay? Again, it serves as what is, I don't understand, and just humor me. What happens when people ask for money from rich and powerful people that do them wrong? One would argue that if you actually had any type of moral conscience, you wouldn't have did me wrong. But let's just say something happened, there was a glitch in the matrix, and you found yourself huffing and puffing on top of a 13-year-old at a freak-off, BMA freak-off. Let's just say, let's play make-believe, right? In what world do you go, have you ever seen someone that is rich and powerful, you go up to them and say, hey, you really hurt me. We'll keep this quiet, but can you please help me out? I need counseling. You need to make me right. And the rich person say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. How much money do you need? How much money do you need? No, that never happens. So to imply that the reason that attorneys like Tony Busby actually go this route isn't because the powerful have a way of silencing the weak. Okay, but let's keep going, right?
Okay, everybody. I don't know how many it's on, but I thought she was going to do something else. I thought it. But listen, I want y'all to hear this part though. Now I want y'all to hear this. Y'all got to. Don't leave yet, please, because she went off. I'm going back to the beginning. Let me speed it up a little bit. And then I'll catch up with her in a minute. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Wait, I'm going to turn you around. She went off. Watch this. Then I'll go back to the live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Thank you for sticking through for the technical difficulties, and let's get into this. Jay-Z has filed a motion. It is an emergency. He wants the Jane Doe revealed. He wants things suppressed. We have the full legal documents. We are going to be going over them right now as we speak. However, we need to address a few things. First of all, I've said it once and I've said it again before we get to these documents. Just waiting for a few more of y'all to come in. I know, right? I'm late, but I allow for lateness too. All jokes aside, Jay-Z has an MF nerve. This is a billionaire who made a mockery, in my opinion, of the legal system by filing a John Doe extortion case because a lawyer sent him a demand letter because a 13-year-old client, or 13-year-olds at the time, came to him and said, Diddy did it. And that one too. He didn't have dreads back then, but Jay-Z did it too. And the lawyer was like, are you sure? And they were like, trust me, if you've been an inch away from Jay-Z's face, you would never forget it either. I am 100% sure. That's the only thing, the bad thing that Jay-Z got going on. You can't say it wasn't you. Jay-Z don't got a face that you could forget. He don't. Like, Diddy might be able to blend in somewhere in Somalia. Jay-Z don't got a face you can forget, all right? Jay-Z, if you see that mug, I don't care whether you think he's attractive or not. This isn't about looks. He has a very distinctive face. There's quite nobody, I don't think, that looks like him in the world, except for that little boy in the islands that says he might be his son. It's not true. We don't know if it is or not. I'm just making a joke, right? I don't want to get Jay-Z's lawyer on me. But all jokes aside, right? You literally went out of your way to file a John Doe case because you didn't want your children to be embarrassed. You didn't want your business partners and your work and your wife to maybe not know what's going on. So you as a billionaire who have money to the most sophisticated PR schemes, bots, you have a lot of famous people. Hell, you even have broke people going up on you just because they listened to Reasonable Doubt and got a Hawaiian Sophie shirt. You literally got all these people going up for you, protecting you, whatever. Your image, you have Rock Nation, you have a platform. You went in John Doe because you didn't want to be affected. And then what did you do? You're now demanding that the girl that had to admit that when she was 13 and she snuck out, she was raped and what sounded like something ritualistic. We'll talk about that in a different video. Ugh, gave me the heebie-jeebies. Honestly, it did. Ritualistic. Who takes their turn and just stands against the wall? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in the girl's amended lawsuit, she says that Jay-Z and then stepped back and stepped toward the wall and just stood there, and then Diddy did, and why the thing, there was just a girl watching. And I'm like, this sounds ritualistic. Like, I've never been in any freaky deaky stuff like that. Don't laugh. I haven't. So I don't know what's going on, but I just thought it was more like Sodom and Gomorrah, Caligula. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just thought it was more eyes wide shut. I didn't think that it was literally like you just sit there and stand, like you waiting at the DMV for your number to be called. It was weird. Off. The point of the matter is, you're now demanding that this girl reveal herself. You're also saying that the reason you're doing it isn't because you're being an a-hole and a hypocrite, right? And using your money, power, and influence to silence a little person and hopefully humiliate them. You are now saying that you don't even think that person exists. And you're saying this is a travesty and this needs to be stopped now. I'll tell you what, I don't see a motion to dismiss. I don't see a counter lawsuit for defamation. I don't see a criminal complaint. Jay-Z talking about something. I would think, well, when I say Jay-Z, whoever wrote a statement, are talking about something, I would think that it's so heinous, you would file a criminal complaint. Well, I would think that you would listen to what 3 Apple High's Kevin Hart did when he thought he was being extorted by Tasha K. He ran over and filed a criminal complaint too. Jay-Z, the camel walks both ways, back and forth, back and forth. If you're about that life, and at the end of the day, he could be telling the truth. This woman could be lying about what happened to her when she was 13. Busby is not scared. He's acting like he got all the proof. We're about to get into the documents in 1 second, y'all. Let me just finish my point. Busby is not scared. He's acting like he has all the proof. So if you're really about that life, why don't you take the advice that you're also giving Tony Busby? But we all know, when will this happen, right? When will it happen? Again, Jay-Z seems to be launching a PR campaign to talk about the lawyer. And let me just say this, because this is important. I feel like it needs to be said. It's funny how money changes the situation. No, but all jokes aside, it's funny to me in 2024. See, I was raised with some parents that told us to eat the rich. I was raised with parents that said, you know, to what much is given, much is deserved. I was raised with people that didn't feel sorry for wealthy people. Literally, nobody's wishing death, but you got all the money, time, resources, and influence. If you can't make shit happen, I really don't know what to tell you. If you cannot defend yourself, I really don't know what to tell you, right? But my thing is with this, I am tired and I am sick in 2024 that billionaires, lawyers, and this isn't Jay-Z, you can put anybody's name in here, that billionaire lawyers and multi-millionaire lawyers come to the court of public opinion to play victim and literally go after the lawyers. They did this with Wigdor, they did this with Blackburn, and now they're doing it with Busby. You're going after the lawyers of the victims saying, oh, these tax that you use, practicing laws of privilege. I've seen men like you before. And we're literally now doing a moral and character and fitness test for all the lawyers involved. Diddy, what your lawyers up to? Didn't one of them defend unsuccessfully? Just saying, Maxwell, let's talk about the tactics your lawyers use. Let's talk about the tactics that your lawyers do. Jay-Z, yeah, you got Alex Sparrow. Let's pull up all the lawyers you used in the last 20 years. What tactics have they used? Who did they defend? What people that have done horrible things did they help get away? And we really are going to start taking character, fitness, and assessment tests on whether you need to be a choir boy or a preacher to actually defend the weak. Then let's talk about your lawyers too, because right now y'all looking, everybody's lawyers are looking really, really suspect. You see what I'm saying? I'm just sick of it. And I'm sick of, like, I don't even think it's the public. I think at this point it's bots, paid actors, and people that somehow see themselves in these billionaires. But even if you see yourself in them, you should know yourself enough to know that you would be an a-hole and you wouldn't care about the little people. So what are you really doing? Like, what are you getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sick of these lawyers coming in, attacking the little, oh, this isn't how. What is that, fluffy gimmicks? Well, when you file a civil lawsuit, and if you do it for the terms to be malicious, then it is extortion. Since when is taking death? Yeah, let me just say this, and I'll be real, because I'm sick of beating around the bush and everybody being like, no, I'm taking them all high ground. You goddamn right it's malicious. You grape me. You abuse me. You hurt me. You robbed me. You stole from me. You made a fool of me. You damn right it's malicious. Why else would I be here if I wasn't mad and I didn't and I wanted to make you pay? A civil lawsuit is codified malicious behavior. Why do we have a civil lawsuit system? Because if we let people's, when they feel affronted, when they feel like their dignity has been offended, when they feel like somebody has literally disrespected them, if we did not have a legal framework in order that everybody agreed to submit to, then there would be vigilantes. There would be blood in the street. People would take it upon themselves to avenge their honor, to get back what was theirs. The law is not just something that floats over us like heaven. The law is something that serves society. It makes sure that there are rules. It makes sure that there is never going to be a point where we go back to the Wild West. So for these celebrities, and oddly enough, most of them either have or did have cases on some weird stuff, right? To be like, filing a civil lawsuit is malicious and extortion. Shut your dumb ass up. That is the point. A civil lawsuit, the very definition is codified, elegant, dignified, malicious tea. Why else would I sue you? I'm mad. Just say, I'm going to make you pay. Why else would I sue you? Why else would I sue you? You took something from me that I believe is mine, whether that is my body, my time, my safety, and I want it back. And what's more, I'm going to make somebody give you back. That is the whole point of our civil legal system. If you want to get into it, even criminal, yeah, you want justice and this and that. But the fact that instead of sending everybody convicted guilty to therapy, and yes, with criminal reform, there are lots of arguments that we would be better off sending them to therapy. We send them to jail and punish them. Welcome to MF in America. A lawsuit is malicious by nature. They want damage to be done. They want hurt to be done. They want some type of punitive punishment for the crimes. So when they come with this, I'm sick of it. Oh, well, when you file a lawsuit, it's malicious in nature. Said the man that has a lawsuit for weird stuff against them, too.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna let it go right there. I just had to play the beginning part because some people wasn't in here. So y'all, this is Valentine TV. I'm tired. Gotta go. I love y'all. Be safe out there because things are not what they seem. I'll talk to y'all later. And Tisa's on right now, live. All right. Bye.